What's going on, man? It's your man Steady with Realizations on the Road, man. Listen, man, thank you guys for being here, man. Real quick, man. Got an intuitive message, man. Quick little download that came to me, man. This is specifically about those who have healed their inner child. They're on they're currently healing their inner child. Or this has you've been getting downloads about like needing to heal your inner child. You've been hearing that a lot, and you feel called to do so. Um, I just want to give you a sign or two of how you know that you are on path with doing that. One of the things that you will notice is that when you are healing your inner child, or you feel like you healed your inner child, you become extremely more playful with life. Those wounds, those situations, that you endured during that time frame where you may have felt like you didn't have any protection during that part of your childhood or whatever it was, right? It could have been shame, it could have been fear, it could have been so many things but you become extremely more playful. You become less protective in that way, personality wise. Like you don't feel like you're not so guarded to where you feel like, man, I can't give that to people because they're gonna feel like I'm weak or feel like I'm something to play with. You know what I'm saying? You laugh more in life, you know. um you enjoy life more, you enjoy the people around you more. When it's time to have fun, you're not necessarily looking around to your right and your left, like you're in the moment. Um, you laugh from your soul, from your gut. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You're more trustworthy. Here's a big one. You're able to be vulnerable. That innocence and vulnerability is there. This is these are some of the ways that you know that you are on track. You know what I'm saying? You're in flow state with your inner child. Um, your vulnerability is high. Like even with yourself, even when you're by yourself, like you can cry more. You know what I'm saying? Like you that that self intimacy, that self gentleness is intact. You know what I'm saying? You're less abusive to yourself when you start to really heal that inner child. And these are just signs for you to know this when you start to go down this journey, or if you're already in process. This is how you know. One of the other ways that you know um, that you have healed your inner child, or you're in process, you become extremely duality, right? So you still become extreme. You're protective of your inner child too. Like you feel like when people aren't appreciating the playfulness of you, or the vulnerability. Am I saying it right? The vulnerability, of you, the innocence of you in certain situations. You're extremely quick to protect yourself from those type of people as well. And you don't necessarily feel at the same time like everybody's out to get you in that way. Everybody's out to hurt you in that way, for being vulnerable, for being playful, for, showing that joyful side of yourself, that in the moment happiness. You don't feel like everybody's trying to destroy that in you. But for those who are, like, your radar for that kind of behavior, it intensifies to a high degree, and you will find yourself removing yourself. It's like, yo, you trying to hurt me at a very, very core level of who I am. Even for those and here's a sidebar, even for those of you guys who have children, when you get on that path of healing your inner child, you even play with them and interact differently. You become more fun. You become less of the parent that's all like this. Like you can have joy and laughter with your kids. You can actually even understand them. You can actually meet them where they're at in certain situations, because a lot of times as adults we feel like, oh, you know what I'm saying, I've been grown so long, I don't forgot what it's like to be a child, and you can't even really identify with the things that your kids go through because you're so stuck in that, hard up, life is hard, I got to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? This little kid just need to get on board, but you forgot what it was like to be a kid because some of the things that happened when you were a kid, like you suppressed it, you didn't address it. You know what I'm saying? You glazed over, you glossed over it, you didn't make peace with it. And you know what I mean? You found it better to handle yourself in a certain way where, you just bogged all that down and moved on. But when you're healing that inner child, man, I'm telling you for sure, man, you definitely can hear your kids' heart in a lot of situations, man. You can actually listen to them because a lot of times, man, when we're adults, man, we don't really we feel like our kids to just listen to what we got to say, but we don't actually want to hear them out from their perspective, man. A lot of people suffer from that too. They came up in super strict households, man, where their word, what they had to say or what they felt meant nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you just some little kid that don't know nothing, but the feelings that you felt, the moments and all that stuff was very real. But when you heal your inner child, man, you tend to have a big heart for your kids, man, and just kids in general, man. So that's a real thing, man, in a real way. um but back to this protection piece, man, within itself, like you would not allow yourself to be around people that will ever damage that. Did you know that your inner child is the purest form of who you are? I'm gonna say that again for the people in the back. Your inner child is the core part of who you are because you got to look at kids. When you see a kid, you're recognizing who they're gonna kind of be for the rest of their life, how they handle things, and then kids don't understand how to hide certain parts of their personality, their character. Uh, they don't know how to wear masks. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to do that. So this is a very, very, very root core part of who you are. That's why it's so important that all of us deal with our inner child wounds. We heal our inner child. Anything that happened to you, you know what I'm saying, from a kid, from a baby, from a kid to a teenager, the whole nine, like your inner child, like, and it is your responsibility to protect that part of you, to nurture that part of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you got to go buy like healing your inner child can be as simple as buying the shoes that you couldn't afford growing up and used to hurt you, like buying a bike because your parents couldn't afford a bike. You know what I mean? Sometimes doing those things that you wanted to do when you were a kid that you couldn't do, or just having those hard conversations with people, that may have hurt you in some shape, form, or fashion. Like, it's a journey, man, but it's so vital to your adulthood that you go down that path and really heal thyself, in that way, man, so you can really have joy. Did you know that healing your inner child brings you a certain amount of joy? It brings joy back into the adult part of your life. Yeah. You wonder why you don't have joy because you might have been robbed of joy young. You might have been robbed of peace young. You might have been robbed of acceptance young. You think you don't have to go back and deal with that? Yeah, you got to. You got to deal with that. If it's shame, you got to deal with that. So you can show up as a better you. You can show up as a person that enjoys life, that laughs from the gut, that smiles, that can trust people, that can believe in yourself. So go deal with that inner child, man. Hey, no matter what nobody says, you deserve it. I'm telling you, you deserve to heal it. You deserve to have joy. And joy is something that nobody can take from you. Happiness is fleeting. Happiness is I got a new car. Happiness is I got a new Nike shirt. I got a new hat. I got new glasses. I'm happy about that. Happiness fades, it's fleeting. But joy is internal. The inner child is the internal part of you. It's the core part of you. You got to deal with that stuff. Hey, listen, man. This is steady with realizations on the road, man. Listen, if you feel so impressed, man, I would love for you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so when we tap in, we can do this again and again until we win in the end, man. Listen, I love y'all like y'all love me. Peace and hair grease. All right, y'all. Later.